Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. I have been solving math problems for GMAT out of this book here, the GMAT Review, the official guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You will find it at mba.com. If you are thinking about sitting for GMAT, that is the best place to do exercises and to get ready to prepare for the exam. The problem that I'm about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 179, problem solving, number 200. Let's take a look at it. Apparently I looked at the wrong number or wrong question. I was looking at page 201, number 201 before I switched the camera on, and now it's too late. So let's do 200. I was looking at the wrong number. But anyway, let's take a look at number 200. It says, a store currently charges the same price for each towel that it sells. Alright, so far so good. So every towel in the store is the same price. If the current price of each towel were to be increased by $1, 10 fewer towels will be bought for $120. Alright. So whatever the current price is, and however many towels that you could buy with $120, what they're telling me is that if I were to raise the price by $1, with the same amount of money, $120, we'll be able to buy 10 fewer towels. What is the question? The question simply is, what is the current price of each of the towels? Well, it's an algebra problem. It's an algebraic problem. I'm going to solve the algebraic way if you're hell-bent on seeing how to solve it in a proper way. But if you've been watching my previous clip, if you have seen any of my previous clips where I solve algebra problems that appear on the GMAT, and there are quite a few. There are many problems in the GMAT which are algebraic problems. And whenever you see the algebraic problem, if you watch my previous clip, you will see I'm repeating myself, and I repeat myself every time. There are two ways of solving algebraic problem, or for that matter, almost any problem on the GMAT. Which one way is what I call the classical way, the traditional way, the orthodox way, the geeky way, the nerdy way, the proper way, the academic way, the way that will make your math teacher proud. But as I've said before many times, unfortunately your math teacher is not going to look at the bloody thing. So let's not worry about impressing your math teacher. Your job, your goal should be to solve this problem as quickly and efficiently as possible, get the right answer, and move on with your life. Don't worry about solving it in a proper way. There are 5 answer choices, and they are all numerical. Answer choices are all numerical. It tells me the correct answer, whatever it is, it's got to be one of these 5 numbers. So why don't I take one of those 5 answer choices, put it back in the problem, and see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll try something else. In the worst case scenario, how many times will I end up trying? If you're sitting there and saying 4 or 5 times, you're not thinking. The smart way is to start with a happy compromise. So start with C. Start with C. Why C? For example, if the answer choices are 5, 7, 9, 13 and 25, I will start with C. Why C? Because whenever, I shouldn't say whenever, almost always when the answer choices are numerical, they are arranged in order, either ascending order or descending order. They are not mixed up together. So I start with a happy compromise. I'm going to put the answer choice C in the problem. I just made up these numbers here. I'm going to start with C. Whatever the C says, I'm going to put it back in the problem. Whatever the question is asking, whatever it is that they're asking, mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo, when does the moon fall down? The answer choice C is Wednesday. I'm going to pretend the moon is going to fall down on Wednesday. Whatever the answer question is asking, I pretend that the answer to that question is C. I put it back in the problem and see if it works or not. You put it back in the problem, if it works, if it fits, it's a jigsaw puzzle. If all the pieces fit, you're done. If it doesn't fit, most of the time you should be able to tell whether that answer is too small or too large. So if you put C in, if you put in 9 here, and if you find out that it's too large, what did you just learn? You learned that C is wrong, it's too large, and so is D and so is E. So now you try one of the other two. Try 5 if you like, or try 3 if you like. If you try 3 next, if it turns out it's right, you're done. If it turns out 3 is too small, the answer is B. Or if you try B the second time around, if it's still too large, the answer is A. In the worst case scenario, you should not have to you should not sit there, you should not have to try more than 2 times. In the worst case scenario. I'm going to try with C. I have given too much explanation at this point and too much lecture on this thing. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the time to do the classical way, but we'll see. Let me take a look at the camera quickly. See, I'm almost 5 minutes into the clip. I explained too much. So let me start with C. Okay? Just listen to me. Just listen to me and just follow me, okay? Let's pretend that the current price, is $3. Why $3? Because that's what C says. If the current price is $3, how many towels would I be able to buy with $120? I should be able to buy 40 towels. Let's increase the price by $1. If I increase the price by $1, the new price, $1, how many towels would I be able to buy now with the same amount of money, $120? I should be able to buy 30 towels. I am able to buy 10 fewer towels. What does the problem tells me? The problem tells me that if the current price of each towel is increased by $1, 10 fewer towels will be bought with $120, which is exactly what I found here. All the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle fit. The answer is C. That's it. I'm done. That's it. If I were taking the real exam right now, I would pick answer choice C and move on with my life. I would not do it the proper way. But if you want to see it, how to do it algebraically, I'm going to quickly set it up and show it to you. I'm going to quickly set it up and show it to you right here. So, let me again look at the camera because almost 7 minutes. I'm not going to have the time to explain to anything. If I have to explain to you the algebraic solutions, then you're not cut out for the algebra. Forget about the algebra. Just do it this way. So I'm just going to solve it algebraically for those of you who are interested in, those of you who are curious, just for the sake of doing it. Here we go. So the new old price was price times the number of towels that you bought, and that has to equal 120. And I'm told that when the price is increased by $1, I'm able to buy 10 fewer towels. There you go. I should have written it in a different color. There is your equation. That is the biggest hurdle for most people, coming up with the right equation. Once you have the right equation, you just have to solve for it. And I'm just going to keep on solving until I run out of time. So let's continue here. Let's start here. So P times N equals, I'm going to open this parenthesis here, P times N, 10P, negative 10P, plus N, and negative 10. NP and NP drop out. And what I'm left with is 10 NP, 10P rather, minus N plus 10 equals to 0. Now N, we know that P times N equals 120. Therefore my N simply is 120 over P. I'm going to put that in there, 120 over P. I'm going to substitute back in this equation to replace the N because I don't know why I'm solving. Oh, since I'm solving for P, that's right. I'm just going to continue with it. Or you can solve it for actually we want to solve for N. So why don't we, what is the question asking? What is the current price? Okay, so we want to solve for P. So let's solve for P. So this is correct then. Let's put it back in here. 10P minus 120 over P plus 10 equals 0. Multiply both sides of the equation by P. So I end up with 10P squared plus 10P minus 120 equals 0. I'm going to divide the whole equation by 10, so I end up with P squared plus P minus 12 equals to 0. I don't want to go over 10 minutes in the clip because the YouTube doesn't like it. So P squared plus 4P minus 3P minus 12 equals 0. P plus 4 minus 3, 3 plus 4, P plus 4, and P minus 3 equals 0. There you go. That tells me that the P is either negative 4, in which case you're giving the towels away at $4 each. Every time a customer walks in the door, you give them a towel and a $4, which is a great business, great business idea, but it's probably not something you want to share with your MBA school that you're applying for. And here's the other price, where price is $3. P equals $3 here. And that's what they're looking for. What's the current price? The answer is 3. I hope you found it helpful. Send me an email if you wish to hire me for personal private tutoring, face-to-face tutoring. I'm located in Connecticut. Or if you wish to buy my DVDs or the book that I'm in the process of writing for the solutions of the problems, get hold of me through email and we'll talk. All right? Thank you.